As we approach the end of summer, it's a good time to start thinking about the fall. Temps are going to come back into the party zone for cool season grass, and it's the perfect time for overseeding or doing a renovation. In this video, I'll share the step-by-step planning I'm doing for an overseeding application, so stay tuned. A few weeks ago, I ordered a soil test for my lawn. For years, I've been flying blind, just throwing down whatever I had each fall. This year, I wanted to take a data-driven approach that would help me optimize my soil conditions and make full use of the readily available nutrients in the soil. Performing the soil test is going to play a huge role in how I plan for my fall overseeding. From the soil test, I discovered my soil was on the acidic side, so I just purchased calcitic lime to bring the pH up. I'm going to be using Solucal this year. So step 1, do a soil test, know your dirt, and prepare a plan to address deficiencies. Biostimulants. We are talking about humic acid, fulvic acid, sea kelp extract, and micronutrients. If you've been following along, this is the secret sauce. Now, is this going to make or break the success of your overseeding? No, but you are going to increase the grass plant's potential to extract the readily available nutrients that already exist in the ground by adding this stuff. I like products like AgriGrow and Green County Fertilizer. I'll leave links in the description below. So step 2, pick up the secret sauce. The next step is important. Plan for equipment rental or hire landscapers to dethatch and core aerate. Dethatching improves seed to soil contact and airflow at the crown of the grass plant. Core aeration reduces soil compaction and allows for oxygen, water, and nutrients to penetrate the soil. My yard is small enough to dethatch by hand using the Groundskeeper 2 thatch rake. This rake is incredible. I'll leave a link to where you can pick one up in the description below. But I'll be renting an aeration machine for the day and splitting it with my neighbors. It'll probably come out to somewhere in the neighborhood of $20 to $30 per neighbor. But if you plan to rent a machine, try to find a place that takes reservations. Some places are first come, first serve. If you find yourself in the latter, plan to get to the rental place as soon as they open. Smaller landscaping contractors actually rent from these places, making it more difficult to get your hands on one. Also, plan to bring a friend and a larger vehicle like a truck or a minivan. The machine is extremely heavy and impossible to lift into your vehicle alone. To help make the machine lighter for lifting and transport, make sure you remove the weights in the machine and set them aside in your vehicle. Although not entirely necessary, I'm going to combine the mechanical method with the liquid method by adding Dethatch and Aerate from the next line of products offered by the Green County Fertilizer Company. Dethatch is a liquid thatch digester that focuses on composting the thatch faster by encouraging microbial activity at the soil surface and increasing heat. This exothermic release by increased soil activity will break down thatch from the soil level up. Thatch is quickly reduced and the organic matter is captured as a food source for your turf. Aerate liquid aeration is designed to loosen topsoil and encourage deeper rooting to allow for greater oxygenation of the root zone. So I'll be doing mechanical and liquid for good measure, but liquid dethatch and aeration is another option for you if you can't get the equipment to do the mechanical aeration and dethatching. I'll leave a link to those in the description below. So step 3, plan for dethatching and core aeration. Okay, so you may not have this issue, but my soil test came back with low pH results, meaning they are acidic. So I'll need to add lime. I'm going to go with calcitic lime since it's got plenty of calcium and does not take as much to raise the pH as it would with dolomitic lime. I just picked up some Solucal and plan to throw down this immediately after performing core aeration. If you have high pH, meaning that the soil is alkaline, then you may need to order some sulfur to bring the pH down a bit. So step 4, buy materials to adjust pH as needed. Next up, I'm going to be using a good quality seed for my overseeding application. Right now, I have a single cultivar of perennial ryegrass called Karma. Unfortunately, it's not available this year, so I spoke to my good friends over at seedsuperstore.com to find a good comparable seed, and they recommended Grand Slam GLD. The GLD stands for Gray Leaf and Drought Tolerant. This is a perennial ryegrass specifically bred with resistance to gray leaf spot and improved drought tolerance. This grass seed also has a dark green color that will match well with the grass I already have. Seed Superstore is what you might call a boutique store for grass seed. They only carry top quality certified seed varieties. If you're interested, I'll leave a link in the description below. Yes, you can use any seed you like, but please be aware of the germination times by type. Generally speaking, it can take between 3 to 30 days for seed to germinate depending on grass type. For instance, under optimal soil conditions, temperature, and moisture, perennial ryegrass can germinate as early as 3 days, while grass types like Kentucky bluegrass take a lot longer, upwards of 30 days, with turf type tall fescue falling in the middle between 7 to 21 days. Also, overseeding rates vary by grass type as well, so be sure to do your research and make sure you know how much to buy. The overseeding rate for perennial ryegrass is 4 pounds per 1,000 square feet, so I need at least 16 pounds of seed for my 4,000 square foot yard. The most economical choice for me was to purchase the 25-pound bag of seed. I also have a few bare spots that had issues with fungus this summer, so I'll have some extra seed to throw down in those areas. So step 5, get your seed. Okay, so now we need to talk about fertilizer. Whenever I put down new seed, I always buy 2 things, starter fertilizer and slow release fertilizer. I'll be picking up a small bag of starter fertilizer that covers 5,000 square feet. I'm a little low on nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium. Starter fertilizer contains a good amount of all 3. I like to use Scotch starter fertilizer, but anyone will do just fine. I also like to add Milorganite, which is designed to slowly release nitrogen into the soil. We are going to go a little heavy on the nitrogen for this application, and that's okay. We are going to follow the label instructions for the starter fertilizer and then add to that the Milorganite according to label instructions. Now, Milorganite is a non-burning formula, so you can put more down if you want. For my yard, which is 4,000 square feet, I'm going to put down 1 full bag of Scotch starter fertilizer that is labeled to cover 5,000 square feet, and I'm also putting down 2 full bags of Milorganite, which covers 2,500 square feet each. This would be the one time of year that I opt to go a bit more heavy on the fertilizer application. So step 6, get your fert. Okay, we are nearly finished with our shopping list. The last thing I'll be getting is peat moss. Peat moss is great because it mimics seed to soil contact, offers resistance to erosion during light rain events, protects the seed from birds, does an excellent job of retaining moisture, and is a good visual indicator for when the ground needs water. But another great thing about peat moss is that it does not contain weed seeds or harmful microorganisms. This is my preference for these reasons, but I've seen others have success with compost. Is it completely necessary? No, but it will greatly improve your germination rate. So step 7, get your top dressing. Now I think this is a pretty complete list. To recap, here are the 7 things I'll be getting for my overseeding in a few weeks. Leading up to the day of core aeration and overseeding, I'll likely spray for weeds so that they are out of the way. I like to use Tenacity for this since it acts as a pre- and post-emergent herbicide, but allows germination to occur in turf grass seeds. In a few weeks, I'll go through the step-by-step process and show you how exactly I do the core aeration and overseeding. So I hope you liked this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and thank you for joining.